What's going on, guys? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency video. And today we're going to get right into the price action and go over some news. A lot is going on in the cryptocurrency world despite the price action not really moving too much over the weekend. So let's just dive right into it. So basically, if you followed my call yesterday, I said it was going down to 9,450. And then it did rise up right after I said it needed to go down a little bit and then build up. And it did just that. It went up to 9,640, touching right there, and then dropped down again, all the way down to the 9,435, and now is making another rise. So if you got in down at the 9,400 level, you're looking good on a trade right now, which is good news. And as you can see, it was a tightening of the Bollinger Bands. The AMA switched over, and then you knew it was a good time to be ready to make that call. So I'm in on this trade as well, looking to get out shortly. It's going to pass through the middle Bollinger Band before you know it, and this is going to pull back and switch EMAs and become positive, and that's what I think is going to happen in the short term. And in the long term, volume sale right there. In the long term, I believe we're still in a support trend right here. It's getting supported by 7,000, 8,000, and 9,000. So 9,600 is a resistance level, 8,700 is a support level, and then all the way down at 7,000 is a support level down here. So basically, I think what's going to happen is we're going to go up a little bit more, touch some resistance, come back down, and then go back up. It never just goes straight up, guys. Never just goes straight up, except for 2 years ago. Then it went pretty straight up. But in general, hills. It's almost religiously hills of some kind, a pull back. And that's what's so beautiful about day trading, is you can catch these hills and make gains. Other than that, let's go into some news. There's been some ransomware attacks out there and malicious links, so guys, be careful out there. These were emails that were sent out and in relation to COVID-19, and Panda Security claims the attack belongs to a relatively new version of ransomware family, which spreads using VPS scripts. If the infection is successful, it spreads throughout the entire Windows network to which an infected machine is connected. So basically what it does is it stops your backups from working, and it destroys your computer as well. So it really just screws you. And if you have crypto stuff, it's bad news. So watch what you click on, guys. I actually even almost clicked on one once. I clicked on it and my computer stopped me from doing it. Like, I even let it through, let all the acknowledgements through, and it still stopped it from going. So my antivirus stuff is working overtime right there. And the location of these various big companies in Austria is where the infection was taking place. There's also a place where several big companies like automaker Magna and construction companies Strobel Construction and Leib Weiss have established their production plants. They indicate the attack was not random, but instead directed to a specific objective, which usually these things are. NetWalker Group recently authored several attacks targeting the healthcare sector across the globe. Cointelegraph's Spanish report on the attack of March 25th was perpetrated against hospitals in Spain. This attack also used phishing emails to deploy ransomware to targeting systems. So they were really going after these people, it sounds like, and that's the way they go. They're very merciless, and they just go for an objective and try to scam you. You know, so it can either be a crash, an attack on money, or something. They usually go for stuff like that. So be safe out there, guys. Be careful what you click on when you get emails if you don't know what it is and it's something fishy. That's why they call it phishing. It's fishy stuff, and they're phishing for you to click on it and ruin your computer. So a likely pullback is coming in. That's what they're saying on Cointelegraph right now. Let's see why. So bullish monthly candle close. But nevertheless, as 1 month candle is due to open above the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level, a move upward towards the 0.618 of 13,700 is something to be excited about. And we've been talking about this as well. Like, we have to establish the 11,000 200 level before we can even think about higher levels. So with that being said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We first need to claim the 11,800, and one cannot ignore that the move to the downside is always a possibility for the king of cryptos. As things stated in June was to be bearish, a pullback between 7,400 and 7,600 where I'd be placing some buy orders. And that's a good point. A lot of people are trying to like force gains. Even myself, I like to really try to push it and get gains. But that's risky business. You like the market really does move and can move, 20% in a day. And if you're on the wrong side of that, you're sitting in the red, and that's just not a good feeling. Even if you're really confident that Bitcoin's going to hit higher times and you're going to be involved in that, you still, it's not fun to sit in the red. So the MACD is also switching to bullish as well. But I think in the short term, we got to see a little bit lows just to build up for a little bit more gain. Like we need a good base and structure so that we can continue to grow strong, I believe. So this was also reflected in the weekly MACD, which crossed bullish at the beginning of the month of May. Bitcoin looks strong on higher time frames. However, in the more immediate price movement expectations, we need to drill down lower time frames to see what may be in store over the next coming weeks. So that's exactly what I think. I think it just needs to build up more strength, and there's going to be slightly lower times. So you're going to be able to get in again if you're looking for just quick flips, or if you're going for long-term holds and just going for slightly better buy-in prices. Descending channel is opening up, and taking a look at the daily time frame, you can see that Bitcoin broke down below the previous upward trend line in the last week, and the price since has continued to range through the previous support level, make it difficult to determine which direction the price wants to go. This has caused a downward trend line to emerge on the charts, which puts 9,700 as resistance, 8,700, and a midpoint level of 7,400 as support. And that's what I was talking about earlier. So I don't think we're going to go down the sevens. I think we'll, maybe touch eights and bounce up because we're in a bullish trend. So I think to go down that far would be really like a spit in the face to like everyone. Everyone thinks it's going bullish right now. And I think there's a big pressure with the bulls as compared to the bears. And the bears are fighting, but it's not enough. And I think this bull trend is just happening. I'm really excited about it. Although the bearish scenario could happen, and if it does, we could pull all the way back to the eights at least, and a bottom could hit the sevens. It is possible. So just be aware of that. If you see it starting to trot down and the volumes are high in the sells and it's below the Bollinger Band line, and everything's just lining up in the wrong way, know you're in for the red. And but understand, I really do believe in Bitcoin. I think there's going to be higher times that are just going to surprise us all. Just like it has continued to do several times, it's going to surprise us again. And I just want to be involved for that. So me, it's not worth the risk to lose it. And I'd rather be there for it. Coinbase investor and fund analyst explain why Goldman Sachs is incorrectly assessing Bitcoin. So there's been a lot of talk about Goldman Sachs on how they're talking a lot of crap on Bitcoin basically, and then buying it up in the background, which makes sense. A lot of big companies like this will, downtrod something they're going to do and then do exactly that just to get more of it. And that's just business. That's the way things are. So they leaked their position though right here, and there's the copy of it. Crypto include Bitcoin, not asset classes. Cointelegraph report on May 27th called discussing the state of U.S. economy. Goldman Sachs appeared to discourage clients from investing Bitcoin. This was discovered after a PowerPoint slide of Goldman's presentation was leaked to the public. And this is just exactly what we're talking about here. They're talking like they don't like it, and they are secretly buying it up. That's just the only thing that makes sense. How long are they going to stay in this position? I don't know. I think it'll be until after profits are there, and then they'll say it's a good thing to do. There's stale arguments against Bitcoin. Jins, who is a portfolio manager at a coin fund, stated that throughout the question of Bitcoin being an asset class was already settled. He went on to point another flaw in a different part of Goldman's presentation, suggesting he was privy to the entire report. He quotes, "One of the interesting takedowns of crypto that we saw it yesterday, was the idea that a lot of crypto is used for illicit purposes. I found it really funny, so I thought it was a really good indicator of how stale type of argument is in taking down crypto." So the dollar is used in scams just as much as Bitcoin, guys. So I don't know what this is all about. It's just like a branch off to try to distract you from what's really going on, I believe. So I think that crypto is just here to stay, and the dollar is easily used for scams just as much as Bitcoin. And it's just something that people have to start to see, that US dollar has been used in scams long before Bitcoin was ever even created, and on massive levels and all over the world. So I think this is just a very silly thing and just a way to get your guys' attention pushed elsewhere. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. The dollar is just as easily scammed as Bitcoin. And for today, we still got a red day. It's pretty much a red day all over. ADA looking good at 15%. That's a good gain there. NEO looking good. That's the one I wanted to talk about today, was NEO. NEO is one of the 20 coins that was listed. I can't remember the site exactly what it was, but I was reading over and it said it's one of the more popular coins coming up for this year. And I bought into it a few times now, just making quick flips. But looking at the project, it looks really good. And over the last month, they've had quite a good gain, ranging from 9 all the way to 11. But in the last 6 months, all the way down at $5 to 11. So they did double in price since March. So this would have been a good call for everyone too. Now for the future upcoming, there's a lot of talk about getting in altcoins right now, but I think that you're still very reliant on what happens to Bitcoin. Like, everything follows Bitcoin. So you have to really keep that in mind, guys. Bitcoin's the big dog, and it leads the pack. And I think when we see another big Bitcoin rise, you're going to start to see another. It'll be like a coinciding altcoin season right along with it. And all the coin market capitalizations will be higher at this point when Bitcoin surges up. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I mean, can you imagine a $288,000 Bitcoin? That would just be mind-blowing. I mean, everybody that didn't buy it now, or even in the next several years, say like at 100,000 or whatever, would just be really upset because they didn't get in where they wanted to and missed the boat. And guys, don't be that guy. Don't be caught with no bags at the end of this. And that would just be extremely unfortunate for everybody. I mean, you'd be very mad at yourself and everyone else. So don't be caught with no bags. But that's about it for today, guys. We went over the price action. So I think in the near future, it's going to be going down a little bit, retest the middle Bollinger Band. And if we get some support there and a little bit of volume from buys, we will see another rise up. But if not, we will see a rise down. So either something like this or something like that. And I am leaning more towards the immediate downside for more growth. So like that, something like that. That's about it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Be kind to one another. I'm going to keep doing these videos. I still have a lot to do and a lot to upgrade. I still have to do my graphics, and I can't wait to get those done. That'll really spiff up the page and my logo. Just nicer things all around. Right now, I'm putting minimal amounts of money into this and just trying to do content and really get everything out there and expose myself like that. And so far, I'm just having a lot of fun and really loving this. So I'm going to keep at it and keep doing this. So be sure to subscribe and click the bell notifications below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.